All right, we're here live at the Full Figured Miss Full Figured USA, Miss Full Figured USA Plus, and Miss Exquisite Full Figured USA at the Robert Treat Hotel. And your name?
I'm Jay Ebony, the CEO of Who's Pauly Food Styling Company and celebrity hairstylist and wardrobe stylist.
You've been actively involved in the fashion industry for a number of years. Tell us exactly what kind of projects you've been working on.
Well, I've been doing a lot of projects. I mean, lately I've been doing a lot of makeup for a lot of freelance groups. I've been dealing with a lot of the full-figured models. I've also been styling a few Love and Hip Hop stars. I've just been really busy and trying to just stay focused and, keep myself out there and just advertise all the beautiful things that I do.
Now, it's a wonderful thing what's going on this evening in terms of bringing out the relationship of beautiful women, no matter what size they are, that it's all really about the attitude and the positive relationship that they're having with one person, Teresa Randolph. Tell us about your experiences with Teresa.
Well, my experience with Teresa has been absolutely amazing. I mean, she's so filled with a lot of energy. She's definitely a full-figured diva. She gives all the women enough energy and confidence to pull out, what's deep inside, to just express themselves on the runway, to bring that attitude in the beauty, the makeup, the hair, the energy to just be oversized 14 and feel like a 6,
The reality, again, is also not only do she express how importance of attitude and how people can really feel good about themselves, but she also expresses good health.
Yes, definitely good health. Just because you're full figure doesn't mean that you're not healthy. I like that a lot of the girls are eating healthy. They're maintaining a really good, stable weight. And they're just really looking beautiful for full-figured women all over the world, not just here in Essex County, but Miami, Florida, North Carolina, Paris. Like, she's really taking this thing really big, and I'm very glad that she's welcomed me aboard this ride, because it's a beautiful thing, and I'm looking, further to reach out to other women who need, this type exposure.
Well, it's really great to have you here. We want to look forward to spending more time with you. Really appreciate you coming by and chatting with us for a few minutes. Thanks again.
Anytime, and it was a pleasure sitting here with you. You've been really debonair. You take great pictures, and I'm honored that you took the time to, speak with me.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to working with you in the future. Thank you so much. Thanks again. All right, once again, Saturday, April 18th, 2015, we're with the Miss Full Figured USA, Miss Full Figured USA Plus, and Miss Exquisite Full Figured USA launching of the relationship in terms of making sure that everybody wants to come out and be a part of this wonderful event. We're at the press party this evening. We're here with Jackie Epps. Jackie, you're one of the founders. You're a co-founder.
I'm the co-founder of JT Productions.
And how did the two of you actually come up with this idea?
We wanted to do something for the full-figured women because a lot of them didn't get prizes. They didn't get anything. So we came up, we was like, well, we need to do something for the girls. They need exposure. They don't get prizes. And when we started, they just took off.
So when you're saying that, you mean when there were fashion shows and there were pageants and everything, if a full-figured woman participated, they never got to the point where they were being recognized.
That's right. They weren't being recognized, and we were the only ones doing pageants in the beginning. Everybody else around us was doing fashion shows. We did the pageants for the full-figured women.
Now, the relationship now, when you say you are giving pageants, the difference between a pageant and a fashion show is that you really do some training and get involved with giving them a real knowledge about beauty.
Yes, they get training on beauty and poise and confidence. So these girls have done a tremendous job. And we took it to Oklahoma. We took it to South Jersey. We taken it to North Carolina. And we taking it to Louisiana.
And as you're moving across the state, it's picking up a lot of steam. You're going to be interviewed on national TV in another week or so. And it's really going to bring a lot of promise to all the effort that you've been making for the past 20 years and beyond. Now, the opportunity that you can see from it will evolve into something that more people will see, that the challenge is not just so much on trying to help somebody with their self-esteem, but building character and a promise for a future.
Yes, it is. Yes, these girls, it's not so much their confidence, but like you said, their character. And they're more aware of what's going on with themselves. They like themselves a little bit more better.
Well, you know, it's incredible the kind of accomplishments that you have all made. You continue to do it, you're consistent, and that's what really is important. Anyone who wants to get involved with something that's going to help others, you have to be consistent. You have to be able to develop it where it's going to bring about a change for not only you, but for everyone who's involved.
And yes, I also have a clothing line called Jim's Couture that I will be showing at the pageant. I do it every year. I've been doing it for like 25 years. I design my own clothes for full-figure women, and I also design for smaller women too.
It's beautiful to hear. We've been learning that there are a lot of entrepreneurs that are coming out with their own lines. A young lady who actually debuted her line at the fundraiser that I had last week was here interviewing with us, and she's been a part of your team for quite some time.
Yeah, Tanisha. Yes, Tanisha's been a part of our team quite some time. We actually encouraged her to go to the Monique Fat Chance and made sure she went to the audition, and she ended up winning.
She's a very beautiful young lady. We met her boyfriend. They're both entrepreneurs, young individuals. And that's what's so important about this, that you still give the energy and the drive to young people to see that they can survive out here in this rat race.
Yes, we give everybody a lot of energy and drive, and also they end up meeting new friends. A lot of these girls over the years meet new friends, and some of them even become best friends.
Which is great, because the social networking is so important. You develop positive lifestyles, and it has really evolved into something that it's going to be a real sensation in the coming years. Well, we're very happy about what's happening. We're very happy that we're a part of it. We want you to continue to keep us involved with what's going on.
Yes, everybody come out and support us. April the 18th is going down. Miss Full Figure USA. You can't miss it. It's a show you have to come see.
Thank you very much, Jackie, and we really appreciate it, and we're certainly going to be here. Thank you so much. Okay, we're here again. Tell me what's your name.
Tanisha.
Tanisha, and what involvement do you have with this project?
I am the runway coach for Miss Full Figure USA. I am the house runway coach. I am a previous winner of Monique's Fat Chance 2007, which was a nationally syndicated show on the Oxygen Network that the comedian Monique hosted. And I currently am now launching my clothing line, which is called Pretty Gal, at this particular pageant on April 18th.
Well, that's really great news to hear. Are you actually sewing them yourself?
I am up every night sewing and putting jewels on things and picking out fabric and styling and all of that. Yes, it's all me.
I've been looking for someone to work with me on my daughter's prom dress. She's looking at all of the things that are online, and I told her I got some good friends that could probably help me with some custom stuff. How about it? Can I get an opportunity from you?
If she's not too pushy, I can help her.
So now, how has this evolved from being a contestant to now an entrepreneur, in the light of knowing that the relationship that many full-figure women have is very difficult for them to find clothing that actually fit, being able to customize things? How does it help them financially?
Well, let me tell you this. First of all, I am a thrift store junkie. I love thrift. I'm a stylist. I put things that you don't think would go together. I am, some people are label whores, but I love nice pieces. I love timeless pieces, and I don't spend a lot of money for them.
Well, it's really interesting and very good news that someone who may be listening can hear and understand exactly how did that work. Now, how long have you really been in this particular area of business?
I've had the launch of my clothing line is going to be on the 18th. A sneak peek of my clothing line was about 2 weeks ago when we had the fashion show here at the Robert Treat Hotel. I've been styling for over 7 years now. I'm just now starting out to learn how to, sew, and I've taught myself, and I've had 2 mentors who've also taught me things to do.
The fashion show, were you talking about the one last week with the women
Yes.
that I honored Teresa? Oh, wow. Well, I took some pictures, and I'm very happy to hear about that. I want to look at that over again and make sure that I can really hallmark that. I really am excited about it.
That was a sneak peek of my show, a couple of pieces that are going to be in my show, and I'm excited. I was nervous about doing, stepping out there and doing it, but sometimes you got to step out on faith and do what your passion is, and that's my passion. My passion is styling. My passion is making women feel good and look good.
Once again, your name is and the name of that business?
My name is Tanisha. It's Pretty Gal. You can go to PrettyGal clothing, CLOTHING at yahoo.com. You can reach me there. Or you can go onto my Instagram, which is Pretty Gal NJ, as in New Jersey.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. This is really a pleasure, and I'm really happy about the opportunity that I have to be able to talk with you. You've become such a celebrity. Why don't you explain to us exactly what your business really is?
Well, the company I have is Fashion in the Fast Lane. In addition to that, I'm also an author. I have 2 books out, one of which is called Love Yourself First, and the other one is called Be Careful What You Ask For, which is how I started into the industry. Fashion in the Fast Lane is a media empire. We're growing to become one. We have a magazine out, which is FITFL magazine. It came out in spring of 2015. We also have a television show that we're filming this summer. It's also Fashion in the Fast Lane. It's a model-type competition, which involves models and designers. We also have a radio show which we're working on. We're on hiatus right now. We've been doing some recordings, and it's been a fabulous run with that. We're also doing something live called the Ultimate Runway Walk-Off Competition, which is similar to the show, but it's live like a show. And it gives models an opportunity to come out and compete and win prizes. We did the New York chapter in November. We're going to Atlanta this year and this summer in July. And we're doing London in November. So we're doing a lot of big things.
Yeah, and it's really phenomenal that you're able to evolve into this in just a few years. How did you really start out?
Well, as I said, I started out as an author. I wrote a book about fashion. It was fiction and something I made up. I was at a book signing where I met my partner in crime, Yvonne Forbes, which had her own company, Labella Diva Enterprises, and which she took me in and made me a stylist for her company. And in the interim, as I was working for her as a stylist, I wanted to do something for myself, which was Fashion in the Fast Lane is what I developed, and it's been history ever since.
Now, when you say you were a stylist, why don't you explain to us exactly what a stylist is?
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone everywhere I went at the time that I was doing my book tour kept saying, "Are you a stylist? Are you a stylist?" I was like, "No, I'm just an author." And I guess the way I carried myself and, my clothes and what have you made them think that I was a stylist, a wardrobe stylist. So when Yvonne, instead of asking me, she told me that I was going to be a stylist for her company. So from there, I started doing, different fashion shows, including I did some styling for a designer called Adrienne Alicia. I did Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I did Mob Wives, Karen Gravano on Mob Wives, and just different photo shoots and different opportunities that came along, and that's how I started my little path or journey as a stylist. Thank you, Yvonne Forbes.
Fashion in the Fast Lane. This nuance of discovery that you really put together culminated a lot of the things that you're involved with. What is really in the magazine?
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a bit of everything. It's a very high fashion magazine. We have everything from photographers locally all the way to photographers all the way out in Paris. Fashion in the Fast Lane is about diversity. We believe that anyone can be a part of fashion because everyone wears clothes, everyone wants to feel fabulous. So what we did was our motto for Fashion in the Fast Lane is diversity, and we believe that any and everybody can be involved if they're interested and they want to pursue their dreams in the fashion industry.
That's really interesting. Now, I overheard a conversation that you had a relationship with some of the cast members of Empire. Tell me about that.
Oh, well, I went to the Empire album release party, and I had the opportunity to meet Jussie and Yaz, which, are one of the two hottest characters on the show. And it was just, it was crazy packed in there. Destin, his name escapes me, but the security guard from the Empire character was also there that evening, and as is Raven Simone. So it was quite a night, and I had the opportunity to actually meet Jussie and take pictures with them and talk with them a little bit. It was crazy, but I did get that opportunity. It was fantastic.
And that was here in New York.
That was here in New York at Stage 48.
That's awesome. Well, I know we're getting back to the show. We'll have some more opportunities. We're going to be doing this a lot, trying to really have an opportunity to showcase many of the talent and the artists and some of these great entrepreneurs that are here working with Teresa Randolph. What do you got to say about Teresa?
Oh my God! What is there not to say about Teresa? She is fantastic, and I just commend her for all of the hard work she did. Before there was a book before there was anything. I used to bartend at Murphy's, and that's where I met Teresa, and I did some party promotions for her and just getting myself out there and all like that. And she's just been such an inspiration, not only for the girls that are involved in the Full Figure pageant, but for me. She's just been always supportive of what I've done, and I just commend her, and I'm always on her side and supporting what she does.
It's amazing. We all have a phenomenal story, something really positive and motivating. We really appreciate her. And I really thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to talk to you.
You're welcome.
All right. Take care.
All right, you too.
Okay, why don't you tell me your name?
My name is Yvonne Forbes.
Ms. Forbes, and you're here as one of the judges for the Miss Full Figured Fashion Contest. Why don't you explain to me exactly what your expertise is?
My expectation is really just to have fun, especially since I'm a former Miss Plus USA 2008 from Miss Teresa. I know that Miss Teresa paves a huge path for whoever's involved in the pageant, whether you win or you don't win. It's just the fact that the journey that is created is so poignant for the individual that you have no choice but to leave the experience with the magnitude, excitement, and you just want to go on and on and on to bigger and greater things.
When you look at it from when you became a contestant to now, what kind of experiences have you been able to find that really gave you the opportunity when you entered into the pageant?
Well, I was a model for many years, and I kind of was one of the pioneer models back in the 90s when we were breaking down doors to get into the modeling agencies. And I don't know what happened, but my mother passed in 2000, and I needed to do something a little new. And the pageant was something that I saw. I said, you know what, I've never done a pageant. I'm going to try doing a pageant just for the heck of it. I've always liked challenges, so I challenged myself. Well, the first year I didn't win. I came third runner-up. But that was the year that I claimed. One of the questions for the question and answers was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I said, I want to be the next Oprah. I have my own magazine. And look at where I'm at today. I have my own magazine. I also, I started my business back in 2000, but, working as a social worker at that time, I really didn't put that much effort into it. But after, doing the pageant and seeing what I wanted to do and follow my dreams, 2008, I moved on and said, I'm going to follow my dreams. Well, I did the first pageant, third runner-up, second pageant, first runner-up, third pageant, I claimed my prize, my crown.
Now, talk to me a little bit about your business. As an entrepreneur, you stepped out on your own and you put together a magazine about fashion.
Well, actually, I have two businesses. I'm CEO of La Bella Diva Enterprises, which is actually a fashion PR firm. I have a makeup agency because I'm also a licensed makeup artist, and also publicist for about 10 different clients, and model training and media, and also event planning. So that's what La Bella Diva Enterprises entails. And then I partnered with Delvon Johnson and Sonia Baron. He actually came to me and said to me, I want to do a TV show. So I said, okay, we're going to do a TV show. TV show led from to a radio show, to a magazine, to a live runway competition where we're going to be in Atlanta and England this year. And also just a variety of things that we're doing. But it's turned into a movement, basically, and we're now like the new empire.
That's awesome. And, you know, that you can be able to, after participating in a competition, now evolve into an icon of sorts and someone who has a position that can be able to help build other images in this particular area of fashion. What do you see in terms of the full-figure modeling as it now has become a mainstream commodity?
I think it's just fabulous. You know, in a way I look back and I say, oh my gosh, all that. I'm not saying because it's of me, but I know that I worked very hard to help break down the doors because it was very hard for us back in the 90s. I mean, I was one of the first black models for a Click modeling agency, and I remember certain things that were said to me because of body image and, oh, you're a little too fat around the hip, or you're a little. But now we have Ashley Graham, who graced Sports Illustrated with her bikini. It's a movement, and we're here to stay. However, at the same time, I don't want the full figure or the curvy industry or the plus size industry become segregated. I would like to see diversity with the straight models and also the curvy models. I think first it was the straight models, now it's the plus size or the curvy institution. I want to see them come together. And that's what Fashion in the Fast Lane is all about. It's about diversity. It's about a woman is beautiful whether she's petite, straight, or curvy. I want to see it merge now. So we've done the curvy, we've done the straight. Now let's move on to combining the two.
Well, it's really a pleasure, and I'm very happy to have this opportunity to talk to you. And I'm looking forward to having some more opportunities. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I just want to say a big thank you to Teresa. Miss Teresa, I love her dearly. She's changed my life. She's changed so many women's lives. And I know for 2015, she's going to change another young lady's life. And I'm looking forward to seeing what is in store for many years to come. And I just want to wish her much, much continued success. And I hope she's here to stay because we need her. We do.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
The power of the plus.
All right, here we go again, and it's really wonderful. We have a number of individuals who are here. We have this wonderful gentleman, Mr. Didoni. Mr. Didoni is a personal trainer, and we want to thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to talk to you. What do you think of this incredible relationship that women are now beginning to have in understanding that natural size is very important and very special?
I think it's amazing. First and foremost, I'm honored to be here. Beauty starts within. You know, it's not the outer shell. It starts within and it evolves outward. So I love it.
You know, now, the young lady that you're seeing is a fashion model, an icon, has won awards, and now is getting ready to step out and create her own business line of fashion. And I'm sure you're very supportive of it. How has it been in terms of encouraging her to step out and really put an effort into something that, really a lot of people are taking a chance on?
It's been amazing. She'd be first to tell you that it was like at a standstill on her end. So me as her other half, I just had to bring it out because it's there. So I'm her number one fan. I'm her number one fan, hands down, and it's gonna turn into something real big. I just want to make sure that everyone stay tuned now. They need to jump on board now because it's gonna turn into something real lovely, real lovely. We'll be able to look back at this interview and say, he said it.
And Donna, you was at our fundraiser last week when she actually debuted her styles, and we're very happy about that, and we're very happy that you are there to help support what we're doing in recognizing women and the positive things that they do in our community. You're a personal trainer. Now tell us a little bit about your business and where is it located?
Oh, yes, personal trainer. I've got about 19 years in the business. Come January, which is around my birthday, January 9th, it'll be 20 years. My business, I have my own fitness center in Union, New Jersey, 603B Chestnut Street. Also, I'm all about positive energy. If your energy is not right, then you can't train with me. That's just, you can go anywhere and work out. But at my facility, it's about encouragement. It's about motivation. 98% of the people I have are women. I do train guys as well. I have about a dozen guys on my team. I train young men as well, play for AAU teams, soccer teams, everything. But 98% of I like focusing on the women because just like Beyonce says, who run the world? Girls. It's the truth. As a man growing up in a single home, I was raised by nothing but women. So I already know that women are powerful. Women move mountains, period. Like, as a man, we listen to the women. There'd be a lot of things we want to do, but let me talk to your mother first. You understand what I'm saying? So I love showing women that they're powerful. They're strong. They're strong individuals. It's some women that know. It's some that don't know. So I take pride into bringing it out and showing them that they can do anything that they put their minds to. So I love it.
When you look at the whole idea about the full-figured woman, it's more than just the size, because a lot of them are learning how to eat healthy and how to really make themselves better in terms of their lifestyles. When it comes down to those consequences, what kind of encouragement do you give to women who are, really healthy or large size?
I pretty much let them know that don't battle with the scale, because I know a lot of full-figure women that the doctor would tell them, okay, you're overweight, blah, 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 but the numbers don't say it. So some full-figure women think just because they're bigger size than others that means that they're unhealthy. I know skinny women that are unhealthy. Skinny doesn't mean healthy. Skinny doesn't mean fit. So I encourage them to eat well, because just because you're larger than some others, it doesn't mean that you're unhealthy if you incorporate good eating and fitness into your everyday lifestyle. So that's what I do.
Well, we're very happy about this opportunity to be able to learn who you are, and we want to look forward to having more opportunities where we can work together and be able to represent, what's happening not only with the full-figured women, but with the brothers that are looking forward to getting healthy and, presenting themselves in a positive way. You have a very successful business, very happy about that. Again, where is it located and what's the name of it?
The name of the company is Addicted to Fitness, abbreviation ATF, Addicted to Fitness. It's in Union, New Jersey, 603B Chestnut Street. And yes, I have guys on board as well. With most guys, it's testosterone is serious. So it's a pride thing. The guys that I have with me, it takes a lot for another man to come for a man to come to another man asking for help. Like even I have guys that are physically fit that still want a challenge because they know what I'm about. I go hard on the men, even harder on the men, I should say, because they want it. So yes, the men they have to stay healthy as well.
Again, that's ATF. And we're happy about being able to work and promote the many businesses that are supporting this effort. I want to thank you very much for coming over and talking with us. We're looking forward to another opportunity. Thanks again.